Hey, this Omar, and quick recap and the Monday Night Football last night game between the Cowboys and the Giants, and it was an interesting game to watch. You know what I'm saying? The Cowboys, they got a legit defense. You know what I'm saying? People might talk bad about it, everybody can nitpick everything, but the defense is definitely top tier, legit. And, the stats don't lie, especially how they've been making a lot of people's offenses look. Yesterday, what Daniel Jones was able to do in the Giants offense, he had 20 completions, 37 attempts, 196 yards, no touchdowns, one interceptions. He had 9 rushing attempts for 79 yards. I'm gonna get back to him in a second. I got more to say on that. Barkley, he did 14 attempts for 81 yards and one touchdown. He had that 36-yard burst. But aside from that, Dallas kind of boggled him down. He had 4 receptions, 45 yards. So, all purpose, he had, 126 yards. But, I mean, he could, to be honest, if they gonna, well, Galladay, he's in the doghouse. So they not even using him. So they just paying him, just, I don't even know why they paying him, because it ain't because they want to, use him. Like last year, I guess he was coming back from the injury, kind of hurt and stuff. So he was in and out the offense. And this year, they just not even using him at all. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's activated, but he ain't really out there. He had 3 targets, and that was his stat line and shit like that. Sterling Shepard, he the consummate pro. He did 5 receptions, 49 yards. Daniel Bellinger, uh, I think he's a rookie tight end from, I can't remember where. I thought it was Indiana, but that might be the Cowboys dude. But he had 4 receptions, 40 yards, and then Rick James, not Rick, Richie James, I think that's his name. He had 4 receptions for 36 yards, and David Seals had 2 receptions for 20. So it seems like James and Seals, is they relying on them week to week more than Galladay. So defense, they didn't get no sacks, no turnovers. And so, Daniel Jones, man, he don't got it. I mean, he 0-9 now after yesterday in primetime games. Like, I made a video about him. It's like he's a backup quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see more upside from Cooper Rush than you do Daniel Jones. Like, the thing with him is, I mean, they should have it where they have packages where he run the ball, because he's actually a good runner. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's what's that word? I ain't gonna say he quick, but he's he deceives you with how fast he is. He can kind of, if he commit to running the ball, he hit the hole, and then he can like skirt off on you. And I was like, whoa, the dude got out, got off, and I was like, I didn't know that he got that vision. Once he do run, like, he can move the chain, so he can kind of have a offense looking a little different. But his passing is just not it. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know Barkley should really be having close to 170 to 200 yards per game, because so if you're not going to have really no number one that you count on, they trying to make sure that Bellinger is like the tight end that they kind of want to use in the offense. But their offense is so vanilla that even though they did win 2 games, they still haven't scored 20 points yet. So, yeah, now hold on. Nah, they scored 20 in the first game. My bad. I think, yeah, they scored 20 in order to beat Tennessee, but it was a struggle to do that versus Tennessee. So, I know he in a new offense, but I just don't see it. And me on the outside looking at, they offense, I would kind of have more packages for him to run the ball more and just force Barkley to have more touches in the game, like 18 touches overall for the game, where it was like a nip and tuck game. He should have had way more. You know what I'm saying? They should spread him out, use him as a use them, flank them out. You know what I'm saying? Use them outside the numbers. Like just try experiment different ways on getting Barkley the ball because he's obviously the best person on the offense as far as skill position. But the Giants just they doing Giant shit. Now you just switch over to the Cowboys. Cooper Rush, he's still being solid. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he a world beater, but he's doing his job as a backup. 21 completions, 31 attempts, 215 yards, one touchdown, no interceptions. So he's not giving, the defenses extra possessions and stuff. He's taking care of the ball. Whatever read that he see he most confident with, he go ahead and throw it. If he don't see nothing, then he just throw the ball away. So he's been doing his job as far as like, you know, holding it down as a backup supposed to do. What's really been impressive is the running the game. You know what I'm saying? Altogether they had 176 yards running the ball. Pollard had 13 for 105, and that 46-yard was the long one. You know what I'm saying? And then Zeke had came in with 15 for 73, one touchdown. He had a 27 yarder that was his longest. So as far as running the ball, that's really going to be what's going to help them, win and dominate time of possession week to week. If they get that kind of running effort, anywhere from like 160 plus per week, that's going to be a lot, a recipe for, Dallas winning. CD Lamb, he's finally, showing life and whatever. He had on 12 targets, he had 8 receptions, 87 yards, and one touchdown. Noah Brown still, he's doing, like underrated. Him and Hendershot, like they kind of, plugged in, did what they were asked as far as when they got the opportunity, they moved the chains and stuff like that. Noah Brown had 7 targets, 5 receptions, and 54 yards on them targets, and then Hendershot, he had 3 receptions, 43 yards, and 3 touchdowns. But the defense, man, the defense was out there just killing it. 20 QB pressures. Just if they wasn't sacking Daniel Jones, they was forcing him either to run because he didn't have time to look at all his reads, and then they got 5 sacks. DeMarcus Lawrence, he had he had 3 sacks. They also had the interception at the end of the game to seal the game. So their defense is legit. You feel me? They really all they're gonna have need is if the running game be solid from week to week, and the quarterback don't really turn the ball over and give the other team extra possessions, they gonna be in a lot of games, man, because I mean nobody has scored over 20 points on them yet. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, they went up against Tom Brady, who's looking, his offense is struggling this year, and they shut down the boy Burrow and them last week, and then they shut down another team again this week, and then they getting Carson Wentz next week. So they're gonna do something similar to what they've been doing so far in the first month. But yeah, the defense is definitely no joke. You know what I'm saying? But as far as Daniel Jones, I hope they looking at the tape, and the tape going to show that he ain't really a starting quarterback. He can't make up for them not having a certain skill positions. They gonna have to get a number one receiver though. If they next season go into the draft or something, maybe the stats is going to shape out as the season goes. But right now, if they don't have nobody that can really beat one-on-one coverage, then it's going to also add to Daniel Jones looking like some shit. But for me, I think that Daniel Jones, he has an asset which is his legs, and he can kind of do a little bit like Jalen Hurts in the sense where, he can have more. They should have more packages where he can run the ball and at least give the defense different looks to kind of maybe open up that passing game, open up some play action and stuff. But right now it's real vanilla, and so they're going to be scrambling to score 20 points. It don't matter what defense they going up against. So yeah, that's just my quick take on that. But phenomenal performance by the Cowboys, and it's definitely giving their fan base something that to be hype about, at least for the foreseeable future. All right, that's my quick take on that. Thanks for listening.